Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. Today is August 16th, 2024. My name is Dan. If you're new here, welcome. If you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back.
Hi, my name's Tony.
Tony. We're going to do a cook with me tonight, and I'm going to do chicken fajitas. So I'm going to show you the stuff I need, and then I have to cut my chicken up, and I'll kind of show you a little bit of the process of that, and then I'll show you what I do with the rest of it. We're having a little bit of the Mexican rice-a-roni with it, so I'm going to do some of that. We're going to use frozen great value peppers and onions blend. I have a chicken breast that I'm going to cut up here in a minute. And then we're going to do some refried beans, and I'm going to put some cheese over top of the refried beans.
I think we go well. Here's these. And we have, these are so good, but if not, we have more. We're going to give these a whirl.
So I'm going to get my stuff set up, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to get the rice set up first. On the box, you just follow the back of the directions right here. And then that's how you do the rice. So we're going to go ahead. I've got a little over 2 cups of water right here. I'm going to get that in there. Make sure I put it on the right burner here. I'll go ahead and get my rices open because I'll need those in a few minutes once that water starts to boil. And then a little bit of butter and margarine. We're just going to use a little bit of that. This is the butter that I'm using. Just a little scoop of that and it'll be good. And then we'll start cutting our chicken. And let me move the camera so I can show you guys the process of cutting the chicken. Okay, so I've got my fillet knife. If you have one of these, this is a suggested tool to use for this. So I'm going to take my chicken. I'm going to cut it down the middle like that, kind of like a butterfly. So we're going to cut it all the way through. And then I'll start making little fillets. And I'll just continue that process until I get all this chicken cut up. So, what? So I'm going to continue to cut my chicken. I'll get it cut up, and then we'll show you the next bit of this process. And I'll show you once the water starts boiling real good for my rice, I'll get that going, and then we'll show you the rest of this video. Okay, so my rice is now in the pan. I'm still cutting chickens. And I'll let my rice cook. It's got to cook for a little while. So we'll let it do that while I cut these chickens up. And then we'll put the rest of this together. Okay, so we got our chicken heated up, cut up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this burner on here. Let me wash my hands real quick so I can grab something. Okay, so like I said, we've got our chicken cut up. Now we're going to take our chicken after I put some more of that butter that we had out earlier. I'm going to put a little scoop in this pan. That's going to be our base for our chicken. Then I'm just going to grab the chickens with my hand. We're going to stick that right back in that. We're going to stick that right in that pan, and we're going to brown those we're going to cook those chickens until they're just about done. Well, we'll probably do until they're all the way done, because I'm going to take some of those pieces of chicken out and give them to my dog. So I'm going to stop this video, wash my hands, and then I will show you once the chickens start cooking. I'll put the peppers in and show you that. Okay, so I got my chickens cooking. We're gonna just mix those around a little bit and get them so they cook good. Just like this, you know, just mix them around a little bit. We use the frozen peppers and onions because it's a little easier that way to use the frozen ones, so you don't have to dice up a bunch of peppers and onions. You just open up the bag, which I'm going to go ahead and open because I'm going to need that here in a few minutes. So you just open up the bag and then use what you need, and then you can refreeze what you don't need, and then use them for another time. We don't have any fajita season, so I'm using taco season tonight for our fajitas. And my chickens are starting to cook nicely. You can see how they're getting all turning white. Some of them might have a little bit of a gold brown color on them. That's okay. So we'll just continue to cook these chickens, and they're just about done to the point I can pull a few out for my dog, and then put some peppers and onions in here and the seasoning. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open up my can of beans. So we'll just open up the can of beans. we'll put that up in here. I think these chickens are about done enough that I can keep out a few for my dog. So we're just going to do this right here. We're just going to put a few in this little container. That should be all good for the dog. Then I'm going to take my peppers and onions. Of about maybe that much in there, and we'll set those aside for a minute so I can mix these in. Okay, so I got my peppers and onions in the pan. Now I'm gonna put some of my taco season, which this one's about empty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and empty that one out. I've got another one of these containers. If you want to get taco season, that's the way to do it right there. You get the Old El Paso little can, large size taco season. So we're going to just mix that all together in there. Mix my rice up a little bit again. So I got my peppers in there. Now I'm going to check my beans. Can you grab some cheese out of there? All right. So I'll put those back in there for about 30 seconds, and then I'll put some cheese on it and put them back in there for another minute. Got my peppers and onions going real good here with my chicken. Turn that up a little bit. Got my rice going, and it's going good. It's about done. We've got a couple of different sizes of tortilla shells tonight. We've got little mini street taco shells that we got a while back, and then somewhere I've got a couple of these left over from another previous time that we did. So we just save our tortilla shells if we don't use them, and use them for another time. All right, so there's my beans. Now I'm going to sprinkle a little cheese over top of those.
Sorry, I'm stirring them up.
Back in the microwave they go. About a minute on that till the cheese melts over top. The peppers and onions are about done. The rice is about done. And we'll show you what it looks like when we get it plated up. So there's Tony's plate. There's mine. I've got my rice inside of mine. Our beans, we've got a little sour cream, salsa, And this is a little bit of hot sauce that my neighbor made up for me. And then there's the beautiful Tony. And we are going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all right here. Hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna just focus on this beautiful girl right here. So have a good night.
Bye, y'all.